the jibber jabber. Don't be babbling like a fool. Say what you got to say. That's all. Then shut your dang pie hole.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Prepared Mind channel. I gotta tell you, good things are happening, crazy things are happening, and bad things are happening. And it all has to happen. Now, the big question, do we want protests or do we want SHTF? Well, wait a minute, we got a great offer. We're going to give you both. And that's what we're getting. Democrats are up to their old ways of protesting and getting arrested, which is, the most extreme version of protest that isn't, I'm going to say, stupidly violent. They're not winning, so they're resorting to everything. They're throwing everything they can at the wall. I'll start with this. This form of protest is out in our face, right? The usual kind. Congress was in session, and the Democrats brought in handicapped people. Not that there's anything wrong with handicapped people, but it wasn't just one. It was bunches of them. 25 people were arrested. 25. Did they do that to make it extremely difficult for the cops to get them out of there? Having to either carry them or wheel them or something. It was ridiculous. But they're trying to obstruct, trying to make a case, trying to make a scene, probably hoping for some brutality, which didn't happen, thankfully. But the Democrats, they're protesting. Now, you know what else they're protesting? What else they're not happy about? Right? That judge that was trying to hide an illegal alien enemy combatant that was being hunted by the Department of Homeland Security and Immigration and Customs Enforcement. She was found, whoops, by a grand jury. Right? She was found. They're arresting her dumbass. They're going to prosecute her dumbass. 100%. Good, because that's kind of a crime. Right? You can protest, but committing a crime is something entirely different. And there's another type of protest that we're all becoming aware of. Secret, double secret, triple secret squirrel agents. Right? Spies. We've kicked out spies from China. Trump has kicked out spies from China. Right? All these Chinese students, Chinese business people, he's getting them tossed out. But we've got other spies as well. Right? Spies are lies. Right? The Tulsi Gabbard, once again, is doing an incredible job of exposing and then doing things, not just talking, but doing things. Right? She's the director of national intelligence, and she has fired 2 spies. I'm calling them political spies. Kicking them the fuck out. Deep state sacks of shit, fired. Top level bureaucrats, fired. Gotta love it. That's a form of protest, though, isn't it? Not firing them, but rather spying on the enemy politically. Right? You're protesting their control. What have these spies been doing? And there's hundreds of them, if not thousands, folks. They're impeding, they're slowing down, they're stopping, they're denying, they're counter commanding or counter ordering people, right? So they do the opposite of what Trump wants. We're seeing that everywhere throughout the government. They won't leave, they won't quit, they won't do as they're told. They have to be thrown out of the fucking office. Like the guy that was protesting from FEMA. He was told to, quote, shut it down. And he wouldn't. He didn't. And so they drug him out. They didn't ask him to leave. He didn't go voluntarily. They had to drag his dumb ass out. Serious protest. Serious protest. And now, let's get to the SHTF part. That's what they really want. That's what they really want. They want violence. So, right, dollar store discount Obama Hakeem Jeffries. His threat is pissing people off. It has pissed people off in government. And it's being taken seriously. This whole idea that you arrest any of us federal people, you arrest anyone, you're going to suffer. You'll pay. You'll see how it is. Well, we need more arrests of these people, more prosecutions. And I think they're going to come. They're starting to actually do a few things. We know who they are. They know who they are. They just need to fire, prosecute, convict, and imprison all of these people. It should be done. It needs to be done. So be it if it starts violence, because that's what the left wants. They want some way. They want some way to get violence out there because they're not going to win the intellectual contest or the lawful contest. And there's far fewer of them than us. And if they had the majority, they'd pull an Islam on us and just attack us. Thank God for the First Amendment. Thank God for the Second Amendment. Thank God for the Declaration of Independence. And thank God for the American attitude of fuck yourself, government. There's going to be a lot of changes, and you and I are at the forefront of it in thinking, planning, acting, and preparing ourselves in all ways for what is coming. And there's a bunch coming, so I hope you are ready. Chance favors the prepared mind is yours.